bust out your ocarinas. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 greatest Legend of Zelda songs. For this list, we're taking a look at the most memorable musical themes from the Legend of Zelda video game franchise. Number 10, Great Fairy Fountain, the Legend of Zelda series. The Great Fairy Fountain theme is one of the oldest Zelda songs, and has worked its way into the majority of games as the File Select theme. With every new door Link opens, he faces a new threat. The Fairy Fountain provides the adventurer a safe haven, however, where he can replenish his health and grow stronger. The music perfectly captures the fountain's peaceful sentiment, with the soothing comfort of a lullaby and an all-encompassing magical presence. Hearing it truly lifts your spirits, invigorating the player to continue on their quest. Number 9, The Sky, The Legend of Zelda, Skyward Sword. Where the previous Zelda games took Link through the land of Hyrule and onto the Great Sea, Skyward Sword elevated him up beyond the clouds. Game developers aimed to make the players feel as if they were Link with motion controls. They achieved this effect even more so via the game's soundtrack. The composers actually created the sensation of flight as you ride your Loftwing through the sky with the wind blowing through your yellow hair. Triumphant and majestic, you'll never want to go back down. Number 8, Hyrule Field, The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. Hyrule is one of the most iconic locales in all of gaming, despite how much it changes from game to game. It's an environment that lives and breathes through its design, its atmosphere, and of course its music. Of all the themes that have tried to epitomize the spirit of Hyrule Field, the one from Twilight Princess did the most outstanding job, so it's no coincidence that it also doubled for the game's main theme as well. Listening to this glorious music really makes the player feel like a brave warrior riding a horse through a vast grassy landscape. Never before has Hyrule seemed grander, increasing your craving for adventure and exploration. Number 7, Gerudo Valley, The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. We visited a number of diverse lands through the Legend of Zelda franchise, and Gerudo Valley from Ocarina of Time is one that continues to stick with us. That's largely because of the valley's infectiously catchy musical score, which embodies the essence of the Old West. At its bare bones, the desert can be a bland and dull location. The music helps Gerudo Valley to become so much livelier though, and expresses the land's rich culture. It's like something out of Zorro, who Link is the video game equivalent of, to some extent. Number 6, Lorule Castle, The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. In every Zelda game, you can count on exploring a couple of castles. As far as music goes, the Lorule Castle theme from A Link Between Worlds just might be our favorite. It's so whimsical, yet alarming. The building score emits a sense of emergency throughout that constantly leaves you on the edge and wondering what's around the next corner. The deeper you go into the castle, the more instruments are added to the score, building the sense of an imminent climax. Number 5. Kakariko Village. First appearance, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Now this is much more relaxing. When the stress of fighting monsters, searching dungeons, and rescuing princesses gets to you, visiting a calming setting like Kakariko Village will help you unwind. The musical theme exemplifies the village's laid-back nature and warm culture. It's as if you're passing through a simple farmland where you can converse with the friendly folk, kick back a couple of glasses of milk, and take in the fresh country air. After Zelda is saved, this would probably be a great place to retire. Number 4. The Dark World, aka Lorule Overworld, A Link to the Past and A Link Between Worlds. The Dark World plays a huge role throughout A Link to the Past and A Link Between Worlds. In both games, this parallel dimension comes complete with one of the franchise's finest musical themes. Being called the Dark World, you'd expect the score to be menacing and grim, but it's actually pretty fun and playful, but with a noticeably darker tone. In A Link Between Worlds, when you're nearing the end of your quest, the theme gets a major overhaul with a full orchestral backing, giving it the added punch needed to see you through to the finale. Number 3. Zelda's Lullaby. First appearance, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Unlike in some games, where the princess is just a prize to be won, Zelda is an individual that you genuinely want to save. You're reminded of Zelda's kind heart and warm presence every time we hear her lullaby. Playing this sacred song in Ocarina of Time makes the player feel like they're connected to the princess and pushes them to keep fighting for her. The same can be said about Ballad of the Goddess from Skyward Sword, which is interestingly just Zelda's lullaby played in reverse. Number 2. Song of Healing. The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. This is among the most haunting and strangest themes in the Zelda musical library, which is fitting given what a dark game Majora's Mask is. The Song of Healing is designed to aid tormented souls, and the composers conveyed that sensation masterfully. It doesn't exactly sound comforting, but it does evoke a spiritual, transcendent presence. As the song goes on, you start to feel safer and more uplifted, like the bad vibes in your system have been washed away. Sadly, it can't heal you if the moon crashes into the world. Before we close out our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Number 1. The main theme, The Legend of Zelda franchise. How could number 1 be anything other than this timeless classic? Koji Kondo's defining piece of music has accompanied the series ever since Link entered the overworld in the original NES classic. The main theme has gone through several variations over the years, but every version has represented the quintessence of Zelda. It's mystical, magical, daring, and makes sitting on the couch playing a video game feel like an epic journey. It further reminds us of the huge role music has played in The Legend of Zelda, enriching each gaming experience. with our list. What's your favorite Legend of Zelda song? For more entertaining top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.